You mentioned the first position, facilities is
Yeah.
a new position. I'm sure you read the newspaper and people write in and say, they're adding all these positions and so on. And then I read that and I think to myself, yeah, these are probably the same people who are complaining that buildings aren't being maintained and therefore have to be replaced.
Yeah, look, I think that's a fair comment to say if, you see us adding, bodies to the payroll, right, and new positions. But I will tell you, we're very judicious, right? Every time we do that, I'm working with the council, right? That was, and I would say, look, watch what we're saying, in council, in the budget, right? When we're proposing new positions or we're looking and why we're doing it. I think we make a pretty good case for each one of the positions that we've asked for and what we intend to do. And it's all about making sure that one, we're saving the town money, standardizing procedures, right, and getting the effectiveness of a unity of effort from the whole organization when it comes to things like facilities maintenance, when it comes to things like services and standard operating procedures. Tim's a great example of that. We took the model that the town had adopted with the HR director. And I heard John Donahue last night talk about a personnel board that used to make decisions for the town, right? And then they brought in an HR director. We have that. But we share that with the schools, right? Two separate entities, right? One in major, the largest department we have, the other remainder of the town side, right? But we have one HR person. Many municipalities have two, one in the town and one in the schools. We combine it, right? We have joint authority to work and manage and lead that individual between the superintendent and myself. We applied that model to the director of facilities because the school has certain facilities that they're responsible. The town has facilities that they're responsible. But we both spend taxpayer money, and what we try to do here with this particular position is find the efficiency of having one person working with both organizations to be able to guide us through a common operating system, provide us the scheduled maintenance, to focus on facilities, right, develop the capital, to do all the contracting. And right now he's a team of one, right? So we didn't build this, large staff underneath him, but we created an existing network of the school's maintenance team led by Ernie Sandlin, and then also then on the town side with each of the respective department heads that have responsibility for the facilities that they're in. So he's got to learn how to maneuver and coordinate, collaborate and communicate with everybody to get all the facilities up to the standard that we're expecting. So we get another 50 years out of town hall, right? Because it's at that 50-year mark too. But we're not looking at rebuilding or tearing down and building a new one. We're looking at how do we make the building that we have go on for another, because we see right now with all the other facilities we have, it meets our needs, right? And Tim's the guy that's going to make sure that that building makes it the next 50 years without any major issues. We'll have to do some roof, we'll have to do some work. There's some work that has to be done. And I think spending those dollars and not deferring it will save us tenfold in the long run.
Another position, not to the level of those three positions, but Taylor O'Neill is handling communications for the town right now. Some people would say, well, the town never had that in the past. And I would argue, well, you used to have one reporter from the Sun Chronicle who did nothing but cover the town of North Attleboro. They were taking care of it in the past. They can no longer do that. Now you have social media, which is probably the most effective way to communicate with people. Someone needs to handle that.
Yeah, look, I think bringing Taylor on as the communications and information officer is probably one of the best moves that we've made in recent. Communications cannot be underestimated how important it is, right? And some of the constant feedback that we're getting is people are saying X, Y, or Z on Facebook. What's our response? People are looking at the town's website. People are looking at how we're putting out articles or information to the Sun Chronicle, the North Star Reporter. Media has changed, right? As a matter of fact, our relationship with North TV, right, I think has benefited because of that. And bringing Taylor on, we now have a very structured way we're trying to communicate and pass information. The focus of this is to provide our residents additional information in a way, in a form that they can get what they need from the town and understand what the town's trying to say. And if they have questions, ask them so we can answer them, right? And we can respond back to them. Taylor was the brainchild behind the community conversation series, right? I said, hey, let's try X, Y, or Z, and she came back. Let's set this up, community conversation. Let's get you out and talk in front of, the public about certain issues, about what's going on and how we can communicate. And those have been a great success. We've had people email and ask, when's the next one, right? What's the topic, right? So Taylor handles everything from social media to standardizing the way we communicate. Everything from graphics and images on the town sign, the website, and that was just being managed by different department heads, different people at different times. Now we have it coming through a single point of contact that really does help us and standardize the way we communicate to the public.